Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 2 of Fall Guys, and you want to know exactly what is in store? Well, I've got the lowdown for you. Today, we're going to be taking a look not only at the jammin' new theme song music, as well as everything that they've added in the patch notes, but also some of the changes that have gone on into the game, adding a brand new choice of a show called the Gauntlet Showdown, which is all races, all individual battles, so if you don't want to do any team stuff, you've got that on your side. Also added in Season 2 is a brand new battle pass to earn all of these great things as you compete in the show. You'll level up costumes, you'll get emotes, and you'll have the ability to unlock more crowns, which allow you access to get cooler things and outfit your Fall Guy. Right now, I'm going super basic, so I'm not distracting you, but the main point of this video and why you've clicked is to see every new mode. They've added 4 new levels into it, including what Fall Guys, Mediatonic, and Devolvers have said is their hardest level yet, but I actually have a bit of a quandary with that, so I'm going to talk to you through it. Let's get into the levels. The first one, which they say is the hardest level yet, Night Fever. What is it? How to play? It's a race, so you're racing against your opponents. It's not a team game, and it's not a logic game. You navigate the medieval obstacles and race to the finish line. With Season 2 of Fall Guys, you obviously have this medieval theme, but when you're playing Fall Guys, these maps aren't going to show up every single time, so you'll have to play and almost kind of get lucky to practice them and use them. Now, this is a race where you do have a few obstacles, and I'll mention them as we get through. But when they say it's the hardest level, you guys tell me. I want you to watch this level. Let me know if you think this is the hardest level they've ever made, because I have trouble with other levels. First off, you're going to start and you'll see these axes swinging through. So this is where everyone starts really jumbled. You have to time this out well, but if you do, pretty much you can guarantee not getting hit by these axes. They don't have a super wide width, and so it's not going to be too hard to just time it out. So not too much of a struggle there. These, you have to keep your camera tilted down, and I found that if you do, you can easily see where they're coming and kind of set up your run. Pause when you need to, like I did there. They don't swing fast enough, so a pause kind of punishes you. And then this, more just blind luck. Slide down, make sure you don't get hit by the first one. If you do, you usually have the same speed to avoid the other one. Now, this is where I think a lot of people can get tricky. The huge seesaw with the spikes. You just got to make sure to jump dive if you are in trouble with it, and be patient. A lot of people will rush this. You see there's 1 of 41 qualified already. And if you rush this, you'll just keep getting hit off. You have to really, right when it swings, go and potentially jump dive to make it. The final part of this Night Fever maze is the drawbridges, which open up, and if you're at the top, they will obviously let you down the middle. You have to reset, and if you're at the top, even at the drawbridge, it will pull you back down if you don't fall in. So it's simply just waiting, and that is that. Now, for me, I didn't feel like this was the hardest level. To be honest, it felt like everything's pretty simple, but I need to know what you guys think, because they're coming out saying this is our hardest level yet. I don't know if it's more marketing. I don't know if it's more just once people learn it, but for me, I picked it up very, very easily, and I think you guys will feel the same way about this one. The trickiest part, I think, is that seesaw at the backside, and so as long as you time this out and don't get stuck continually getting hit and hit, these 3 should be pretty easy. All right, moving on from Night Fever into Wall Guys. This is the second new level. Now, this level is actually a little harder, in my opinion. You have to grab these blocks, so you're kind of working as a team, but against one another. You have to grab these blocks and push them into one another to create a bridge. Now, the cool thing about this, though, is that you don't actually need to create a ladder or a bridge to get over the wall. Sometimes they're already there. You just have to time your jumps well, and you have to grab. There's a lot of grabbing and pulling yourself up, which is a mechanic I'm not great at, so you'll see me kind of mess up at that quite a bit. But as you can see, some people who are already good at it, like Purple ahead at the very top, he's already onto the next bridge, and people are barely getting up. What I like to do, though, is kind of see where everyone is going, and also if someone set up a path for you, you don't have to build your own path. You can kind of decide, is it worth building? Is it worth being in the masses trying to do the same jump? It's up to you, but again, if you can go ahead, hit that jump, grab onto it, and then pull yourself up, you would have a free path. And this is something that I think a lot of people are going to start doing. This is, to me, has the potential to be one of the harder qualifying modes. It only qualifies 15, and people, when they get good at this and these mechanics, it's going to be pretty tough to overcome someone who's in the lead. Now, this is like really the technique. You've got to grab up to these bigger ones, and if you can grab and hold, and not fall like I just did there, you'll be plenty okay. But it's a cool little introduction to, I think, the version of these types of modes, the building aspect, and then also, okay, now that I've built it, do I want to build it fast enough so you can climb on behind me? Have I built it so I can access it? Am I taking a shortcut anywhere? Am I trying to climb these small blocks? As you can see, the small block's not necessarily the thing. You're going to get so far ahead if you grab and pull up, because it's going to be more efficient. B, because most people can't do it. This person can stand. You could stand at these gates and try to block off opponents as well. But as you can see here, only 12 of 15. I finally qualified, and I had a really tough spot. So that one actually I think is going to be pretty hard for a lot of people mechanically. Moving on to the next game, which is, in my opinion, not the easiest game as well. It is a team game, a different version of Egg Siege, where you have these drawbridges that go up and down. Again, the medieval theme of drawbridges coming into Fall Guys, which I like a lot. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm really a big fan of it. And it does give you that layer of patience and timing. On the outskirts of the map, not only will you have these different kind of axes spinning, but you'll have certain ramps to get up and potentially avoid or have the axes. The goal, again, is to obviously not do that and get hit by them, because if you're not careful, you will lose your egg as well. But then you have to throw them into your own little fortress. And for a second, you may go, where's my fortress? Well, it's important you don't get hit by this axe, and then you can go ahead and find it in the backside. Now, there's this little gate, but you don't actually have to go through the gate. You can just jump on down there. Now, enemies are going to be right next to you. And so the key is that you've got to have a couple of people on defense, stopping people from taking your eggs, and you've also got to have a couple people on offense continually getting eggs. Unfortunately, right now, we've got red and blue in our basket, which makes us kind of like the victim here. We've got essentially both teams doing fine, and we're the team not only having to defend most, but now we have to get more eggs than everyone else. So we're pretty much in a lose-lose situation. Now, you can't walk out of these gates. You can jump over them. You kind of play barrier here. Nobody's going to really be able to get that egg through if you kind of want to stay at those goals. So that is one way to defend maybe a little more efficiently. A jump throw will probably get that egg over you, but they've got to be good in the timing. And, of course, they've got to, in my opinion, I probably should have just stayed at the top of that gate. Now, in the middle of the round, there's all these underneath areas, the drawbridges going up and down, and you can be pulling people, trying to get the eggs out of their hand. If you grab them, the eggs will fall, and you have a little bit of time to pick them up before. But again, it's going to be very hard to grab the egg and then have them not grab you back and kind of stay in that I grab you, the egg drops, you grab me, the egg drops cycle. So it might be better off going inside where no one is contested and actually kind of trying to grab red or blue's eggs. As you can see, we just got dominated, like literally red and blue were all over us here. But this is really how the game plays. There's a lot of chaos in the middle. There's a lot of chaos in your own. You can choose which role you want to be. Do you want to be the offensive player going in, grabbing eggs from other teams? Do you want to be like that midfielder, making sure you keep control of the chaos, maybe steal an egg from someone who's taking it from another group or yours? Or do you want to be a defender in your own fortress trying to stop people from getting eggs? All up to you. But unfortunately, it doesn't go that great for us. That is the new mode. Now, there's one more, which actually I found to be maybe the second hardest, but also really fun. It's Hoopsy Legends. Now, this is a hunt. You're jumping and diving for rings. These rings will constantly go up and down and disappear and reappear once people jump through them. Now, this is kind of like your standard obstacle course on flat ground, where you kind of have this playground. You can jump up and down. There are things to jump and hold onto, so that jump and hold and pull yourself up mechanic is even more important here in Season 2. And everyone is playing for themselves. So you see that 1 out of 6. Your job is to get 1 out of 6 rings before anybody else. And if you're able to do that, you will qualify. There's, again, the drawbridge mechanic and theme, which is super a part of medieval and obviously the Fall Guys Season 2 aspect. And so these players will keep rotating and trying to essentially find this hoop. When you get a hoop, it'll go up. And so if you dive through it at the moment that someone else dives through it, you'll also get credit. It's not like only one person can get credit for it. So it's really just about timing and putting yourself in a position to be able to do it. You're cycling across the map, only 1 of 6 for a lot of these players. So at this point, if you've got 3 of 6, you're looking pretty. And so it's really about patience, about timing. It's about waiting for your ring, even though everyone else is competing for it. This middle section right there that you just saw on the drawbridge is bouncy. So you do have a way to traverse those bridges. You can jump and then bounce on that center section and then go to the other bridge if there is something in the middle there. But as you can see, 4, 6. He's got 2 more to go, and so most people are going to be trying to just handle their own business. The cool thing about this is you don't really see where someone else is. You just are able to see where you're at. He's staying patient, tries to go for the jump time, and he gets it. Oh, and that is just 5 of 6. My man with the horns and the little blue and the black waggly tail outfit looking like he's ready to go. But as you can see, not the easiest mode for a lot of people. He qualifies there. That's the 3rd of 15. And look at how long this game's been going. Still only 3 people qualified. A lot of people aren't even on 4 of 6. So when it comes down to difficulty immediately, not maybe once you figure it out in a week from now, it seems like this is going to be harder, as well as I believe when you look at, you know, the hunt, the obstacle course, the Night Fever, it's going to be harder than that. I personally think that wall guys in this might be the most immediately challenging, and part of it is that few people qualify, and so it's going to be a little bit more competitive for you to be successful, and that is where I think you're getting challenged. But I'm very curious to see and follow along with these guys who have 1 of 6. Can they turn it around? If you're in this type of position, 5 left, will you be able to do it? We got the little dodo bird right there, not really making it happen. Oh, we got a quacker, though, and he looks like he's going to make this work here. He's got the pull up. He's going to jump. He's got the dive, and that's going to be it. 14 out of 15, only 1 left. What is that? What is that bird over there? The toucan? It was the toucan we just passed. He just gave it up, didn't he? 14 out of 15. Toucan just doing jumping jacks. He's saying, you can, I can't. Toucan. Two. No soy. Tú es posiblemente. No por mío. And then, of course, you see the 4 out of 6s just jumping around. I think a lot of people have lost their mind at this point. This is really the B team, the C team so far. 14 out of 15. These 4 of 6 seems to be the highest that we've gotten, and you know, just, these guys really don't get it. And finally, a qualification. So if you guys want to know what was coming out in Season 2 of Fall Guys and you want to check it out today, it is live on Steam. Make sure to download it and update your systems. Doesn't take too long. But that is it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought was the hardest. Rank them in order in the comments. And of course, subscribe if you guys want to stay tuned for more action here at Rain Day Gaming. As always, never give up, never stop gaming. I'll see you all next time.